Today I'm installing this magnetic mount into the Tundra underneath the dashboard. Coming up, I'll show you what this mount from Prepcision looks like, and I'll do a step-by-step on how to install it inside your Tundra so that you can do it yourself. Today's episode of Tool Demo starts right now. Alright, so what's in this box? These plastic inserts for drywall, and then different length screws for different applications. So you can mount them pretty much anywhere using this hardware. Now this is what we're after. This is a tool holder for your go-to tool. Now you can mount it on the wall, you can mount it in your car, on your toolbox, wherever you want quick access to your most valuable tool. Now this can hold a 9mm, a 10mm, it's even good for a 22. Construction seems pretty good, like a thick ABS plastic. It's got 4 mounting holes on it, and that's what we're going to be dealing with today. So we're going to be mounting this in Mrs. S's Tundra, just below the steering wheel, so she can have quick access to her favorite tool, this 9mm. First things first, we're going to pop the hood so that we can disconnect the battery. This battery terminal just takes a 10mm. I'll use this wrench, but look what happens when I loosen it. This wrench can come into contact with the metal of the truck, and if we were doing the positive side, that could cause an arc. It's not good, so this always the safest to loosen the negative battery terminal. We don't have to touch the positive because the circuit is open and no electricity can flow. Back to the interior now. Let's go inside to this knee bolster area. This is an airbag, and that's why we disconnected the battery for safety. Mrs. S chose this location right here where we're going to put this, and we're just over top of that reset button well, but I think that'll be okay. So we need to carefully mark these holes and get this panel off so we can get them drilled out. I'm just going to use this tool to carefully pry this plastic panel off of the side of the dashboard. Now we're going down below. There's a 10mm bolt right there. All right, we've got that bolt. Now we need to go to the other side of the steering column. We need to remove this panel here, but that comes over here. It's under the door sill. Let's remove that. All right, now we can pull this up. You can see how this little portion was right under that door sill plate. Now this panel can just pull straight out. So using these pliers, I can grip that panel clip and carefully pry it out. The upper one is kind of hidden back behind this ground strap, so we're going to grab that and pull it out also. That's what that looks like. So we can put this back into that panel so we're ready to reinstall it. All right, now we know why that corner piece had to come out, because it was hiding this little guy here. That's got to come out. All right, I've got access now to the side, so I'm going to use the same tool and come right in here and carefully pry away this front portion of the panel, and then I'll keep working on my way around. I can pull this away just with my fingers, and that you can see these lock tabs. So these tabs here just go right into those holes, and they'll stay attached to the panel as the panel comes off. I'm going to remove all of these switches at once. They're kind of together in a pod, and I'm just going to release that by pushing in these tabs. And grab my pocket pry bar, and I'll just push down on this tab for the hood release, and it should slide back. Got that knee bolster removed completely. All the switches are gone, so I can work on it. Now here's the back side of it. I don't think that's enough to be putting a big magnetic tool holder onto this plastic. I don't think that's gonna hold up. So here's what I'm gonna do. Just got this piece of 1/8" steel. It's pretty heavy, but I'm going to cut it down just to fit. All right, just here, this is where the bolt goes through on the right side of this knee bolster, and it goes into the metal portion of the dash, so that's structural. I'm going to cut that steel here, drill a hole through it so the steel is being supported by the structure, and then I'll bend it around here and drill holes for the mount. So here's that bend right here, and it's right where this bolt hole is. So I'm going to drill a hole into the bracket. Starting up here where the bolt goes through, I'm just taking off those ribs of plastic to get that surface down about 1/8 inch, which is going to give me room for that 1/8" plate. Now I'm using a wire wheel here instead of a razor, just to avoid cutting myself and for cutting holes through the panel. It's going to be a little bit safer. Let me show you how that looks here. All right, I'm done just filing down this area here, and it's pretty smooth. So let me go ahead and finish this up, and I'll show you what it looks like. All cleaned up now. Let's put this bracket on here and get it to fit just down in there. Now check out the profile view. With those ridges filed off, that bracket sinks right down there into the panel, and it doesn't protrude there from this lip here. So I think that's going to fit really well on the dash. Other than drilling one too many holes down here, I've got everything just right. Those screws have been tightened in there and filed down so they're not protruding also. And check out just under here. Because that panel curves, I've put a couple of lock washers there in the gap. That'll keep it from rattling around on us. First thing we got to do is put the switch panel back into place in this hole. We just got to turn this panel around to make sure it fits and then snap it into place. All right, let's line up all the tabs here at the top. Make sure that those locking tabs are going into the holes all the way around, and just give it a push. Now we've got this bolt down here at the bottom. We can zip it in here with the Milwaukee and move on over to the driver's side. Remember, we removed the hood release, so I've got to kind of wiggle it in through here and push it up and snap it into place. And we can zip this one in too. All right, that one's done. Let's fish this driver's kick panel back into its corner. You got to get it over that stud and then put in those 2 plastic clips. And then finally, the driver's door sill. Let's test this bracket to see if the 9mm fits. If you're buying a small grinder, click over here to find out why I'm using this one and not my Milwaukee.